So you think we need one more? You think we need one more? What's going on, folks, and welcome back to Four Corners of the Galley. I'm your host, PBO, and you're joining me on another edition of our Top 4 plus one more. Well, what's that, folks? Well, that's our top list over here at Four Corners of the Galley. Top everything that comes to our mind, folks. Movies, TV, actors, directors, franchises, the local taco spots, and anything else our heart desires. Well, with this week, we got brand new movie at the box office, A Star is Born, and Mr. Bradley Cooper is now a director and actor. I decided, let's do the top 4 plus one more Bradley Cooper movies. All right, well, without further ado, folks, let's kick it into our list. So coming in at number 4, we got 2005 Wedding Crashers, directed by David Dobkin, starring Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Rachel McAdams, Bradley Cooper. He stars as Sack Lodge. Now, this is a supporting role for Mr. Cooper, but he kills the supporting role so well, playing basically the asshole boyfriend who doesn't like any of the new people and is just being completely a prick to them at all times. He kills it to a T. You can also see the beginnings of a little bit of Phil in there because he takes a lot of that and really expands on that later on in life. For me, this is a great foray into what Bradley Cooper is about. I know he was a great character also in Yes Men, but I like Wedding Crashers just a little better into the brand new world of Bradley Cooper. All right. Well, now we're going to kick it over to our number 3 movie of Bradley Cooper. And then we got 2013, American Hustle, directed by Mr. David O. Russell, starring Christian Bale, Amy Adams, Jennifer Lawrence, and Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper stars as FBI agent Richie DeMoss. He plays this role to a T. This is an over-eccentric FBI agent who thinks he's got the crime of the century that he's going to put down. He's also the inventor of a lot of things that the FBI uses now still to this day in certain tactics. This movie is amazing. David Russell absolutely destroys this movie directing it. This is the second time these two have worked together, and we'll get to another one in a little bit. But this one is amazing. Bradley Cooper steals the scene every time he's in it, absolutely driving Christian Bale nuts and completely being a jerk throughout the entire movie. I must add, when you need that perfect, that dude, Bradley Cooper can be that dude, and that's exactly what he is in this movie, and he plays it to a T. All right, folks, now let's move on to my wild card pick for Bradley Cooper movies. And I have 2011 Limitless, directed by Neil Berger, starring Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, and Abby Cordish. You have Mr. Bradley Cooper starring as Mr. Eddie Mora. This movie is absolutely amazing. You have a struggling writer in Bradley Cooper who's struggling after he wrote a successful first book but cannot come up with anything after that. He meets up with his ex-wife's brother who has this magic pill that makes everything in his brain work faster and makes him smarter. And man, what a great trippy movie. It shows all the things that happen to this guy after he takes this pill and the obsession with it. Also, all the other people in the world that have discovered this pill and their obsession with it and what they're willing to do to it for it. It is a great story, definitely a mind trip in a whole other world. For my money, Limitless is an absolutely fantastic movie. They even converted it into a television show and gave him a little run in that too. All right, moving on to our number 2 movie in the Bradley Cooper sections. I have 2012 Silver Linings Playbook, directed by Mr. David O. Russell, starring Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, Robert De Niro, and Chris Tucker. You have Bradley Cooper starring as just Pat, basically an ex-teacher who has lost his mess and went to a mental institution, is back home now living with his parents, and he's trying to deal with his anger issues, also along with his OCD and everything else that goes with it, only to find out that basically he got this from his father, and his whole life is just a jumbled up mess. in the due process, he meets an also just as messed up person in Jennifer Lawrence, and they fall basically in weird love, and it's just this crazy story of seeing these two people bounce back in front of each other and the connection that happens between them, and it is amazing, amazing movie. It should be number one, but there is a movie that just set the tone for all other ones, but this one by far is Bradley Cooper's outstanding performance in a drama role. I mean, he absolutely kills this movie. But my number one pick, folks, for Bradley Cooper movie is 2009, The Hangover. Directed by Mr. Todd Phillips, starring Bradley Cooper, Zach Galifianakis, I hope I got your name right, Ed Helms, Justin Barth. This is Phil. I mean, are you kidding me? I don't think there's a person alive that hasn't seen The Hangover. The Hangover is the perfect raunchy comedy movie about four friends who go to Vegas and have an epic wild night and cannot remember a single thing from the night before and have to spend the entire day putting the pieces back together. Bradley Cooper murders this role as Phil, the leader of the group, the one that gets him into trouble and tries to get him out of it. This movie is another level. The sequels, we won't discuss them, but the original is an absolute work of art in the world of movies and comedy, and freaking Bradley Cooper murders it right next to Zach, and they are fantastic together playing off each other. What are you, is that for real? You gonna go out with that? Is that a purse? It's a satchel. I mean, come on, folks. This is Hangover. Alright, guys. Well, there is my top list, top 4 plus one more of Bradley Cooper movies. Let's recap it one more time. At number 4, I got Wedding Crashers. At number 3, I got American Hustle. At number 2, I got Silver Lining Playbook. My number 1 Bradley Cooper movie is The Hangover, and my wild card is Limitless, folks. There's my list. You might not like it. You might wonder why American Sniper's not in there. That's what I love. That's what I'm going with, folks. Until next time, good night, Ted.